One thing I've noticed, Jack, while we've been watching these games, the grand finals, a majority, if not all, of the POIs have been occupied by at least one team. We've had a couple teams early game. We see here Attendant and Punisher. I'm curious if, no, there you go. Germ, J-Love are floating Tomato this time, so we won't have a rematch there. Looking at the map, though, how many teams are landing tilted? Is it only one? It's two. We got the second pair floating past that orange set of arrows there, so I would bet you Super Sean and Godnick versus Nick Merckx and Aiden again. Yep. Unsurprisingly, Tfue and Clog, look at these handsome gentlemen on your screen. 17 elims. Look at the damage dealt to players, 2,378. Only 2,000 damage received. Tons of wood acquired. But did you see the gap there? The material used was 5,000 different.
My gosh.
They picked up 5,000 materials from either chests off the ground or, unsurprisingly, their opponents after they're eliminated.
Wild.
The utilization there is incredible, too. 12,000 materials used is insane. But it shows why they do it. You've watched through these games, replacing the walls and structures they're in. The efficient path, by the way, through these buildings, knowing exactly where to go to pick up every chest they can.
Well, the loot,
all the furniture, too.
The loot is just so dense here. There's so many chest spawns, and they're so, like, look at this. There's probably, what, 10, 12 chest spawns just in that little area right there, that when you claim it, when you're by yourself,
Jack, it's uncontested.
It's uncontested. You know they're going to be maxed out on everything. They've already both got max shields. You've got a legendary double barrel already in the hands of Cloaksy. They're going to farm all these materials. Go Seft.
Looking at that
early, this first player dropped.
Does it surprise you in the least that these two come out of here so kitted?
No.
Constantly, look at this. 3-0-0 on the materials, but multiple shields, an epic heavy shotgun, kitted to the teeth. Horrifying Vanitize over here in Salty. Down the street from them. Windwalker and his duo. In this blue building, a couple of floors down below. The snipe shot. 130 meters going for the elimination there. His teammate is able to wall it off. Windwalker going to try and save. As
I'm surprised you didn't see, like, right there. Right there, I think, is a perfect example of a player still not used to the new mechanic of the Glider redeploy. Horrify now using it, but Vanitize could have closed the gap way quicker. Oh, no, he blocked his teammate, this player. Viled immediately dropped. You got Horrify still challenging. Nice 40-plus tag of the shotgun there. They want to clean up the second player as soon as possible, give no chance for another team to come third party this fight. Chasing it down, 33 health tag. Now the end might be near for this player on the other side of this wall.
Walker's still doing everything he can to try and make it away. All this noise being made right now, you've got to think somebody has eyes on this somewhere. Almost not landed, 10 HP left. Windwalker trying to take him out the last second. There's Elevate, maybe making a move up there.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why they wanted to take him out quick, because now CESN is there as well. Super Evan and Godnick fighting Aiden and Nick Merckx again for the 4th straight game now, I think.
Aiden's got the knock this time, which means a 2v1 situation as Aiden's healing, but Nick Merckx has a top-down view on these two, and he could go for the elim there. SMG securing that first elimination for this duo in Tilted.
Super Evan
all the way down to the bottom, getting the med kit. A full use there, which means 100 HP, and for a player like Super Evan, these competitive players, 100 HP might be all that he needs to take out this duo, depending on positioning, rotation, maybe a quick edit and a shot through a window.
That's all you need.
To see here, saw a trap in Nick's inventory. Aiden kind of waiting on the stairs. See his opponent rotating around. The angle here might be good enough. He's going to go for the stink and gets himself instead. He's going to have to rotate back away from that. Nick is still able to move through it, but that's damage ticks on Aiden if he moves down. He's not going to. He's going to try and skirt it around the edge.
And there in the elimination feed, you actually elevate just shotgun, Horrify, and Vanitize. So they get in that scrappy fight. It takes them just so long to get that other elimination that they draw all this attention. That gets elevate time to push on in before they can heal. And just like that, they're dropped. Oh, Aiden just got chunked.
Shotgun there. Nick's going to try and smack out the roof above. A pinch here, kind of a sandwich. Looks like a third team. Vinny and Zexro, we've seen very aggressive in the past. I saw a legendary heavy shotgun in the inventory, I believe, of Vinny, as Nick and Aiden are trying to build inside this building. I'm thinking at this point, Aiden probably has no healing. The trap maybe preventing a push. Nick might go for a drop down, and he goes for it and gets Super Evan on. Oh my gosh, Jack.
The game sense. The game sense to know to do just that.
That's why Tilted belongs to Nick and Aiden, my friend.
But now look at what Zexro and Vinny are doing. They're max shields. They are in such a brilliant position to do some damage. I think Nick and crew, they're going to try to disengage for the moment. They don't want this fight. And this has been the same sequence of fights that they've had each game so far. They fight Super Evan and crew. Then it's immediately Zexro and Vinny who wind up pushing to fight them. I would almost be certain that Nick Merckx and Aiden know it's these two. And that's why they're playing it this way.
At this point, too, I feel like Vinny and Zexro have to have, this is their strategy because they know that these two teams are going to get engaged with each other, and they have a history of making it last quite a while. So an opportunity for the third party is almost easy. It's not scripted, but you know, it's writing itself.
100%.
You know? They're going to rotate in there every single time if they think they have an opportunity to get at least 1 or 2 easy eliminations.
Enigma and Fuzzy.
You said it first. Go ahead.
Now building on up. Couple of grenades on out. Oh, I thought that one might have connected. Fuzzy's got the hunting rifle. Looking for an opening, just narrowly misses. There's still 92 players left. 92 players remaining. We're 7 minutes into this game.
Couple tap shots. Enigma and Fuzzy going to rotate away, deciding maybe as the storm is coming in, it's a better option to make a move. Kind of low on materials for a competitive match like this. Only 500 total right there in the inventory. Don't buy an over peak. Have someone trapped in a box down here. Greasy, the shot from behind, the pinch from both sides. SMG spray coming out as building against that. It's going to be tough, but he might be able to pull it off. Now Yo-Yo keep it up, and Auto Game Bro go down to over peak. Pair of elims there. Greasy. Curious if there is another team. They are pretty far towards the outside. The zone. Greasy, one of the kind of the edge POIs, so oftentimes you won't have somebody rotating from the backside. Vape Jesus in pain here and Shifty. Looks like only a slurp in terms of shield between the two of them thus far. In the feed, 72 hours, picking up a knockdown and an elim on tempo, which means Jailmox should be nearby. Here's your zone thus far. Basically, nobody's stuck outside in the storm. Still a llama on the map. It's actually 2 llamas, one well outside. Nobody's going to find that one. And the one by Dusty probably going to go unclaimed as well. Free 600 materials is disappointing.
Yeah.
And Vape uses a bounce pad. Sorry, the launch pad. Blue SMG, blue pump, green AR. Not a whole lot of ammunition.
And they're in the elimination feed, actually. The Atlantis duo. That was a team I was going to talk about here soon. All we could do the other day in their heat was speak about how great they were. Today, quiet to this point. Seems like they've got 2 elims so far this game. We'll keep you up to date on if they earn themselves a point to potentially begin to move up these standings.
I would almost expect that team from Atlantis to go along the same path as Liquid. 72 Hours and Chap have that kind of forward mindset. They're going to put the previous 3 games behind them, 4 eliminations between the 2 of them. Atlantis sitting relatively similar. A combo of bounces. Look at that.
Nice movement right there.
Just floating up top. Nick Merckx and Aiden still in tilted, a 2v2, and both of them with quite a bit of shield and HP. 100, 100, 195. So the trap, a tap from above, a team maybe not realizing that they're up there. Built himself into a little bit of a box. He's going to edit his way down. Trying to escape this. This point probably looking for Aiden for a little backup, and there it is. Aiden taking shots as that other team starts to float down, but somebody lands up top of this red brick building and able to deal 30 damage to Aiden. Looks like another team coming from the basketball court, the northwest corner of Tilted. Nick, bottom floor here. And look, you got a couple teams coming in here, Jack. Pate, Dementos, Zexro, and Vinny up top. Diggy in perfect tilt over just past L's. The most eliminations for any player in this game right now, still only 2 for Horrify. I say only as if it's not very many, but right. 85 players remaining, only 15 have gone down, and Pate and Dementos. Look at this, any material they can get. They're in the bottom of this building, and it's the floor, but they're gonna knock it out in an attempt to get every little bit, every build they can pick up is important.
Yep, seems like that's now their home. Still chill down there for the moment.
That teddy bear didn't deserve that, Aiden. He doesn't even give materials, Jack.
Yeah. Dang. You know, shows Aiden's true
true colors coming out.
It's again, the people, you just tell how horrified the viewers were. Nick just staying in it. It's crazy to think that Nick having 62 shield and Aiden having just about near that as well is the least amount of shields of the players in Tilted. That's how healthy everyone here is. Look at this. That, yeah, literally. Them with that much shield is the least amount of all the 4 teams there. Now shifting our focus towards the south side of Pleasant. Zoop and Crodot. Jamok nearby, and grenades soaring on in. Not just 1 or 2, like 10.
A whole handful. Zoop trying to build against it. Able to do so, it appears. He has 3 clingers of his own, might respond with it. But J-Truth, 1 HP, full shield. But any fall damage looks like it could be an Elam there. Reminder, as you see on your screen, this is match 4 of 6 of the grand finals here in San Jose at TwitchCon. The finale for the fall skirmish. If you're not watching, if you don't have friends watching, tell them to watch. Get in here. Nick Merckx and Aiden is knocked with almost no HP. The save might be impossible. Nick's going to try and defend against this. His own trap above him boxes himself in. He's going to go for this med kit. Even he's only got 39. At this point, if he feels outclassed, he needs to pop that Rift to go, and he's going to do so, taking both opponents with him. A full reset, and there is a team up top. Vinny and Zexro have that top down still, and everybody's going to wall himself off, both a wall and a ramp to try and save it. He's going to go for that med kit usage. 39 HP could mean the difference between surviving this and being eliminated, but you hear that.
Make It Rain has begun. Who will win the $20,000 Make It Rain bonus? Again, that's the most eliminations in zones 3 and 4. Zexro has been up top tilted on that huge build for the last, like, 5-6 minutes.
It's been a while.
Diggy in perfect tilt as well, just hiding in double L's. Here's Blind and Hysteria in their fights that just went down. Let's see how it all played on out. Nice shot from Hysteria. Cracks him with that pump. As Nick has no shields left, no teammate left, but a chest. Oh, there you go. Can't complain with that. Can't complain about that at all.
I want to point out too, did you notice as Nick opened that door, the quick flick up, he made just a quick circle with the right stick to check the ceiling to see if there's any trap in there.
If you're in Tilted Towers, you need to do that at any moment of the game.
Like Tilted Towers training, essentially.
Yes. You want to be 2 of the best players in all of Tilted Towers. In just Fortnite in general, you need to make plays like that. And Dope at Overpeak, they know they have an advantage in this fight. They will not hesitate. They'll chase this down right away. Probably expect a bunny hop. There it is. And that little bit of movement you get after landing as the inertia carries you, the momentum. Dope building on up. Quick build battle, and again, you rarely get to see these build battles, you feel like, at this point in the game, but look at this. There was nothing there. 30 seconds later, there's all sorts of stuff. Cloaksy and Tfue waiting in the wings as well.
Now, while Caliber's kind of trying to defend himself and heal up, Nolan trying to get a height advantage, but pays a little bit of a price there. Takes a big shot down to 75 HP. Overpeak and Dope kind of have the advantage here, especially in an HP situation. Very tall build as they're going to start flying off, and Dopeye gets tags on Caliber as he's floating away, going for the last one. Another 33 white damage. 1 shot is all he needs, and he's not going to get it. The aggressive push, a 3-way tie, if not more, for the Make It Rain bonus. Overpeak gets the knock on Nolan as he floats in. Probably not realizing that he's about to land on his opponent's teammate. Caliber goes down to Vicaros in the feed there. Another team having a POV on this fight. Blind in the feed, getting a explode on Gunfly, the knockdown. $20,000 to Make It Rain bonus. 3 minutes and 12 seconds and 43 seconds in the circle.
And Blind and Hysteria actually in their heats yesterday, they wound up winning the $20,000 Make It Rain bonus, so maybe they can run it back again.
Would not surprise me.
As they are right there on your leaderboards. 3 minutes left in the Make It Rain. 77 players remaining as this third zone closes on in. 26 seconds until all players want to make sure they're inside that zone barrier. Vicaros and the General.
Now, in terms of teams that are still alive, Jack, only 2 have 3 or more eliminations. Blind and Hysteria have 2 apiece, which puts them at 4. That's a point for them. Overpeak has 3 to his own name, but Dope has 0, so 3 for that team is another point. The next closest is Elevate and Cease at 2, and everybody else that's still in this game only has 1 or less. Shots from the General and Vicaros. Going over towards this team just on the edge of the circle. Tough situation for them out there. They're going to have to, it's Overpeak and Dope. They're going to have to rotate potentially directly in up the hill, leaves them exposed to whoever's above. You're going to have to waste a lot of mats to build kind of a roof over the top. They could rotate down and hug kind of the edge.
No wood or brick, but nearly
784 metal. 999 metal, giving them back basically is, here, let's top you off on metal. I'm assuming Overpeak might be sitting on something else.
Look at this view.
A gift from the heavens there, Jack. That crate for Ziff and Ronaldo might be big. They're going to catch it. Oh, this is so close right on the edge. They should be able to loot that pretty easily.
Tfue and Cloaksy. The man's got a legendary silenced assault rifle a legendary double barrel, a bolt action, 10 minis, 3 med kits, and Tfue just drops to the big shield as well.
Well, you see the mark there?
Yep.
They know that the top of that hill is going to be basically the focal point for a lot of this. Whoever gets that spot is in the dominant position. I'm assuming that the reposition of the marker is basically because someone has to already be up there. Yep. So rotating maybe north, northwest ever so gently. That's going to be a better call if the circle moves. They don't have to move right now, though, and they're not gonna.
And by the way, what you just watched right there was Cloakzy build the next level layer of his 1x1 while being under that pyramid. A great little tactic you can use. The quick edits and peeks on these walls, looking for third party into these fights. Pain and Vape Jesus, we heard from them in the interview just prior to this game, as they're just trying to outlast explodes that continue to pour on in. It's another zone that there's a big, elevation battle involved. It's Overpeak, he's trying to save materials. He's just running in the open. There you go. They made it on in. The heavy sniper immediately destroys any player-built wall or structure due to the amount of damage it does. You try to catch your opponents off guard. I believe I just received word Nick Merckx has dropped in this game, meaning him and Aiden, I don't think, got a point yet again. So you think they'll probably fall even more in the leaderboards, as they were near top 10, now more towards the top 20.
Jade Truth, a number of different shots going at Ronaldo and company. Different angles there. Raz picking one up. Dementos knocked and eliminated.
It's Atlantis.
Majin.
Knock it again. When will Blind and Asteria use this rift to go? Do they wait, try to wait out another circle? You know how big that next zone is with the rotation of just how far it is. It's simply where we lose most of our lobby. Blind and Asteria still at 4 limbs. Overpeak now at 3. The Atlantis duo, I talked about them earlier on. They now have 3 limbs, putting a point on the board for them.
Another high player count game, 69 remaining as we're 15 seconds from the first circle move. Everybody's got to go north, northeast, but half of that next safe zone is safe. And here's your list right now, the scoreboard. One team sitting on 4 eliminations, C9 Blind and Asteria still in this thing. Overpeak and Dopai actually just picked up their 5th.
They just got 2.
Overpeak sitting on 5 of his own. That's 2 away. That's 2 points for them, but 2 away from 7 would be 3 points. Then every elim after that would be that big bonus. We haven't seen anybody take advantage of that yet, but it would not surprise me if we see a team soon push for some eliminations.
It's almost time for this match to escalate very, very quickly. Chap still in this game. He just got the knock on Pain, and you see Overpeak. He gets eliminated as well. Chap with 2 on the Vape Jesus and Pain. Liquid finally showing some life.
Here we go. Glider redeploy for repositioning. Blind for a moment there had the rift to go out, but decided not to use it. They're looking for a structure that's already established, and they find one seemingly with ease, which every single time they're able to pull that off, it surprises the heck out of me. The awareness of who's inside structures. They are not. He's going to have to go for a knockdown knockdown and replace if he has the material to do so, but he might not.
I think Asteria's trying to break in towards Ghoul. Looking how weak Ghoul is. This could be their 5th elimination. This could be 2 points on the board. Oh, they want this fight so badly. The focus there on Asteria's face. This man's been competing in all sorts of games for over a decade now. He falls right into a trap. Now it's Blind all by himself. Can he clutch this on up? He's down to 32 HP. What a disaster this would be. This elimination right there gives them would give them another point. Can he get down towards Asteria and get the res?
To be cognizant of the trap too, still inside, and leaves it up. Asteria's still alive. Just through that wall, there's a player right inside. Watch for the edit here potentially, and I think Blind was waiting to take a shot with that rocket. Goes for it as he's rotating in. Gets perfect tilt midair with a shotgun, and Blind
he's done his
picks
job.
Up his 3rd elimination.
He's done his job.
That's 5 for them. 2 points total.
Oh, he didn't get the shot off.
He's looking for almost another one.
There's
so many players rotating.
He's got to go.
14.
He's going to die to the
6.
zone.
And that's it for Blind, but he's still got to feel good. 5 eliminations for that duo means 2 points. A tough spot as he's trying to rotate in, and it felt like countless players popping up in front of him and disappearing. There were grapplers. No. Chab at 72 hours looking for big moves from these guys. The first 3 games have been relatively quiet, but here we're sitting on Chap with 3 eliminations.
50.
Tom has 2 of his own.
There's still 50 players left, man.
And this circle is basically chaos at this point. They're sitting on 5 of their own. Look at this spread right now.
Gosh.
A number of players. I see Funk Bomb is still in this. Players from Ghost still alive.
Oh my gosh.
The duo from Hero in the bottom right down there. Raz goes down. His teammate Bog must have been eliminated already.
I see Tfue, I don't see Cloaksy.
There might only be one left alive. You're correct. Cloaksy has been eliminated. Tfue has one of his own. Chap barely hanging on to 100 to elevate and picks up another elimination. That's 6 for this duo.
That was with a common tactical shotgun. When do you see 100 damage hits with that? He really got the full brunt of that weapon.
Chap getting knocked. 72 hours trying to make every little bit of count. 6 elims for this duo. One more would mean a 3rd point, and every elim after that is the big bonus. Going to place a trap to defend himself in case somebody tries to edit their way in, maybe from above or the wall, the bush that he had defended against. Cloaksy out of this, and Tfue, 12 HP. The Storm might claim this one.
He knows he's done.
And there it is. The tick out there. 8 damage every second is tough.
72 hours. This is when the man goes to work. He's going to have to start popping more of these heals, though. Yeah, there you go. He knows he's got time right now. Can he get a second bandage off? I do think so. And then it's going to be an all-out foot race. 15 people left. Devious with some knocks and eliminations. Tendon still in this as well.
There you go.
See Devious just dropped right there. Billix and Giganza always seem to be on this insane high ground. Quick little shot with the rocket. Tendons goes down. Can he follow up the elimination?
Elim. Every elim after this for 72 hours in Chap is another point. The big bonus might activate here in just a second. We haven't seen any team do it yet, Jack.
He's out of mats. He's just got to start firing this thing, man.
He's got to just go for the elims.
No. Can't get the shot. There's one in front of him. Can he get the elimination? This is big bonus again. There's
the knockdown on General.
Hasn't got it yet. Keep in mind, this is for big bonus. This is another point.
There it is. The first one.
72 hours in Chap. It's been a quiet game, but he gets blown up. They know they got another point, though. Brilliant stuff from them.
That's 4 points total for the duo from Liquid.
Snood and Crew still in this one. Funk Bomb waiting to medkit. He's just going to sit in this zone, eat it, and heal. Will it pop in time? Will it pop in time? Will it pop in time? Yes, it will.
20.
Oh my God!
Just barely hanging on. He's going to go for another one. This could be big for Funk Bomb. 8 players left in this circle that just closed. 7, you're going to watch them tick down. The feed is going to be the place to watch.
More players
Gets it
dropping.
off just barely.
He's got to go now, though. He's trying to keep on up. You see Bizzle with the med kit.
Funk Bomb alone. Bizzle gets one off. That might be it right there. Yeah, that's got to be it unless they see each other.
There's no way Funk Snood will do this. Bizzle should have this one in the bag. He's healing in the zone, and there it is. Bizzle gets it done. He's got the campfire. He's got the heals. 2 eliminations, but the Victory Royale gets it. A quick little 3-point game. Again, Bizzle, we've seen this name at the top of Fortnite competitive for a long time now with the wins that he's had through the skirmishes. And there it is again.
I feel like these duos had to have overheard us at some point, Jack. We were talking about a number of these teams that we've seen in previous skirmish events that haven't necessarily put on a big show yet. Starting to show up here. The gentleman from Liquid, 72 hours in Chap, securing 4 points in this game alone.
And they finished in 6th. They were
just
one placing away.
That's still a big game, the first team to get the big bonus. But DMO and Bizzle from Ghost, bringing home a win.
They get the job done. That's a Victory Royale. 3 points for them and $50,000. You see the crowd right there. What a guy that man Temper is. Good as ever, as he's there rooting on his fellow FaZe members. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in to the Fortnite Fall Skirmish Grand Finals live from TwitchCon. It's the final day. Everything 5 weeks of competition culminating into this. We have 2 more games left. Up to this point, Liquid were quite quiet, but there they pop off, I believe. And again, I want to get confirmation, but I'm pretty sure that game they had more limbs than the other 3 games combined.
I almost guarantee it.
Yeah.
They put on quite a show, and you see replays from that last game here over Peak and Dopai. He's carrying a number of elims, getting Yo-Yo, keep it up, and his teammates stuck in a box there. The number of little bases that build up every single time, always impressive, and these players know how to navigate their way through. A pinch from both sides gets Imperial Howl eliminated there. FPS alone is a teammate Flame knocked, but this float all the way to the edge of the zone. Blind trying to calculate the shot on perfect tilt, and he does so. Man, all those players pushing up the same ramp, Jack. And one of the common techniques we've seen in situations like that, whoever has the lead on the ramp up will occasionally place walls behind themselves to prevent other opponents from following all the way up. What that does is it forces them into the storm. Those little ticks of damage could potentially eliminate players. And the goal there, it's not for, let's say you're in the lead up the ramp and you have, you know, my team right behind you. You're not trying to eliminate me yourself. You're trying to make sure the environment takes me out because you're more focused on placement. And that's important because competitive players keep their mind on that.
Oh, placement, it's at the forefront of their minds throughout most of it. It's why we keep adding those extra elimination incentives to keep them pushing for those fights. But we do have our standings updated for you all at home to see where exactly we stack up. And here it is again. Uh-oh, Nate Hill and Funk Bomb. Uh-oh.
No surprise here. 19 eliminations over the course of the last 4 games, only picking up 2 that last game, but 13 points. Still in the lead by 3 over Funk Bomb and Nate Hill. That's 3 members of FaZe in the top 2, which is insanity. Snood and Threefo from Ghost. Their teammates, Ghost, Bizzle, and DMO, pulling up to 6th.
Zexro and Vinny, 11 elims, puts them at that 13th spot. Aiden and Nick Merck still sitting right at 17. You think, will they begin to pop off here in the final few games? Also there's Zoof and Crow Dot, but that's our standings up to this point. No movement there from Tfue and Cloakzy, so their 6-point lead down to just 3.
Now, I have to be honest.